well is completely dry. I scraped the very bottom. There is absolutely nothing left. I built a shelter for you entirely out of my own bone. I took the heavy burden so you wouldn't be alone. I poured my vibrant colors directly in your grave and watched my own reflection slowly start to fade away. I learned exactly how to walk on fragile, broken glass, just to ensure your heavy storms would quietly, safely pass. I traded all my oxygen to keep your lungs inflated, while you just sat there perfectly, entirely unbothered and sedated. And the tragedy is giving you my best, but it's never quite enough. You take the softest parts of me and leave them cold and rough. I'm pouring all my oceans into a bottomless dark pit, trying to spark a fire that refuses to stay lit. I'm standing here completely hollow, entirely caved in, fighting a devastating battle that I was never meant to win. Yeah, my spirit is completely broken. I'm dying from giving you my best. Memorize the things you love, the things you hate to see, shrinking down my universe until there was no room for me. I became a perfect mirror just to show you what you lack, and I never asked for a single drop of all that water back. But the terrible reality is starting to take hold. You can't buy a warming fire with a pocket full of gold. You look at all my sacrifices with an empty, vacant stare, and I realize I am giving everything to someone who doesn't care. 'Cause the tragedy is giving you my best, but it's never quite enough. You take the softest parts of me and leave them cold and rough. I'm pouring all my oceans into a bottomless dark pit, trying to spark a fire that refuses to stay lit. I'm standing here completely hollow, entirely caved in, fighting a devastating battle that I was never meant to win. Yeah, my spirit is completely broken. I'm dying from giving you my best. I don't have another drop, I cannot bleed anymore. I'm lying entirely defeated on the cold and heavy floor. You watch me slowly disappear right in front of your own eyes, and never offered me a single solitary compromise. I am entirely empty. The tragedy is giving you my best, but it's never quite enough. You take the softest parts of me and leave them cold and rough. I'm pouring all my oceans into a bottomless dark pit, trying to spark a fire that refuses to stay lit. I'm standing here completely hollow, entirely caved in, fighting a devastating battle that I was never meant to win. Yeah, my spirit is completely broken. I'm dying from giving you my best. Just an empty cup, my hands are shaking now. I finally have to stop. Nothing left. Nothing left. You call at midnight, I always answer. I should know better. The neon sign is buzzing through the blinds. I'm pacing circles, losing my own mind. You said you'd be here half an hour ago. I'm watching headlights moving fast and slow. My friends all tell me that I'm playing with fire, but I'm a moth drawn right to the wire. 'Cause I'm a fool for your love, a clown in your play. I'm letting you pull all my logic away. I paint on a smile while you're pulling the strings, ignoring the hurt that your gravity brings. I know it's a trap, but I'm taking the shot. Yeah, I'm just a fool for your love. Yeah, a fool for your love. I smell a different perfume on your coat. I swallow down the heavy in my throat. You give a half excuse and kiss my cheek, and just like that, my knees are turning weak. I memorize the lies you said as truth, wasting the golden hours of my youth. 'Cause I'm a fool for your love, a clown in your play. I'm letting you pull all my logic away. I paint on a smile while you're pulling the strings, ignoring the hurt that your gravity brings. I know it's a trap, but I'm taking the shot. Yeah, I'm just a fool for your love. Yeah, a fool for your love. I tell myself tomorrow is the day. I'll pack my bags and finally walk away. But then you look at me with those dark eyes, and I'm surrendering to all the lies. I just can't break the chain. Ignoring the hurt that your gravity brings. I know it's a trap, but I'm taking the shot. Yeah, I'm just a fool for your love. Just a clown dancing on your string. I keep coming back, a fool. It's 95 degrees outside. The pavement is practically melting, but I'm shivering. The neighborhood is buzzing, everybody's at the pool. I'm sitting in my bedroom, turning up the AC cool. I can hear the music thumping from a speaker down the street, a heavy, happy rhythm that I just cannot repeat. I pull my heavy woolen sweater tight around my neck, looking at the mirror at an absolute emotional wreck. The sun is pouring golden through the open window blinds, but it cannot reach the icy corners deep inside my mind. And I'm freezing in the summer, shivering in July, watching all the vibrant, happy colors passing by. You took the warmth completely when you walked out of my door. And the July sun doesn't touch my spirit anymore. I got frostbite on my heart while the entire city burns, waiting in the winter for a season that returns. Yeah, I'm freezing in the summer, freezing in the summer, freezing in the summer. I try to take a walk down to the crowded boardwalk pier, surrounded by the laughter that I barely even hear. People eating ice cream, wearing sunglasses and shades, while I am caught inside a blizzard that entirely evades the local weather station and the radar on the news. A personal, invisible, and devastating blue. I wrap my arms around myself to try to trap the heat, but there's a glacier growing right beneath my very feet. 'Cause I'm freezing in the summer, shivering in July, watching all the vibrant, happy colors passing by. You took the warmth completely when you walked out of my door. And the July sun doesn't touch my spirit anymore. I got frostbite on my heart while the entire city burns, waiting in the winter for a season that returns. Yeah, I'm freezing in the summer, freezing in the summer. I wanna feel the fire, I wanna feel the blaze, I wanna melt this absolute and miserable haze. But every time I think of you, the temperature just drops, and this endless cool emotional December never stops. I'm so incredibly cold. I'm freezing in the summer, shivering in July, watching all the vibrant, happy colors passing by. You took the warmth completely when you walked out of my door. And the July sun doesn't touch my spirit anymore. I got frostbite on my heart while the entire city burns, waiting in the winter for a season that returns. Yeah, I'm freezing in the summer, just seeing my breath in the middle of June, waiting for the thaw, freezing. I hear you at night, the kettle is singing a high, lonely note, like the ghost of a sentence that's stuck in your throat. I walk to the doorway, the lights off the floor, but but I know you were standing just inside of the door. The silverware rattled, the cabinet sighed. It's a rhythm of absence I've learned to reside. And there's a ghost in the kitchen, haunting the stove, lost in the memories of the life that we wove. A flickering shadow, a chill in the air. I'm setting the table for a man who isn't there. It's a domestic torment, a spectral routine. You're the quietest hunger that I've ever seen. Yeah, there's a ghost in the kitchen. There's a ghost in the kitchen. I find myself stopping to talk to the dark, expecting a whisper, a sign, or a spark. The coffee is brewing, the morning is gray. I'm acting like you're just a room away. It's a madness I'm nursing, a secret I keep, while the rest of the world is surrendered to sleep. And there's a ghost in the kitchen, haunting the stove, lost in the memories of the life that we wove. A flickering shadow, a chill in the air. I'm setting the table for a man who isn't there. It's a domestic torment, a spectral routine. You're the quietest hunger that I've ever seen. Yeah, there's a ghost in the kitchen. I should exercise the corners, I should scrub away the stain, I should wash out the memory like the sun after rain. But if I chase you away, if I empty the room, I'll be left with the silence and the weight of the tomb. Just a memory, just the kitchen, still haunting, still haunting. I can feel you right here. The air has a temperature, weight in the room, like the ghost of a garden in the middle of the gloom. I'm sitting on the sofa and the lights are pulled low, and there's a pressure on my shoulder that I've started to know. It's not a fever, it's not a trick of the mind, it's a sensory relic that you left behind. And I'm feeling ghost touches on my skin, where you used to be, where the memory starts to thin. A phantom hand on my neck, a breath on my hair, the terrifying comfort of a body that isn't there. It's a sensory prison, a map of the past, knowing that the feeling was never meant to last. Ghost touches on my skin. I don't wanna move, I don't wanna shake it away, because it's the only way you get to stay. I close my eyes and I trace the ghost of the line just a touch, just a ghost. They never really leave, they just hide in the shadows, waiting. I walk down the avenue where we used to meet. Heard the phantom rhythm of your footsteps on the street. The cafe on the corner has a different painted sign, but in the window glass I swear your eyes caught mine. I pull my collar up against the autumn chill, trying to convince myself my heart is standing still. But the ghosts of our past are dancing in the dark, leaving invisible footprints all across the park. We buried all the memories, we said our final lines, but they're creeping through the cracks like overgrown vines. No matter how I run, no matter how fast, I'm always haunted by the ghosts of our past. I found a movie ticket folded in a book we read, and all the conversations started spinning in my head. We built a little empire out of paper and a string, believing that our love could weather absolutely anything. Now the castle is in ruins and the king and queen are gone, but the echoes in the empty halls are still carrying on. Because the ghosts of our past are dancing in the dark, leaving invisible footprints all across the park. We buried all the memories, we said our final lines, but they're creeping through the cracks like overgrown vines. No matter how I run, no matter how fast, I'm always haunted by the ghosts of our past. I thought the time would wash away the stain, I thought the sun would dry up all the rain, but every time I close my eyes, you're standing right there. A beautiful illusion suspended in the air. I'm living with shadow. The ghosts of our past are dancing in the dark, leaving invisible footprints all across the park. We buried all the memories, we said our final lines, but they're creeping through the cracks like overgrown vines. No matter how I run, no matter how fast, I'm always haunted by the ghosts of our past. Just a whisper in the wind, just a shadow on the wall. They never leave, the ghosts. The ghosts. Let's go back. The radio is playing our old favorite track, and I'm picking up the pieces that I know I can't get back. We were burning up the pavement in the middle of July. pocket full of promises and a hunger in the sky. It's a technicolor vision, a blur of neon gold, the greatest story ever that we've already told. And I'm haunted by good times, dancing on the grave of the reckless golden freedom that we couldn't even say. It's a beautiful vibration, it's ringing in my head. I'm living in the echo of the life that we both led. Yeah, the memory's a predator, it's coming for the climb. I'm perfectly possessed and haunted by good times. I'm looking at the photos, I'm looking at the haze, tracing all the edges of those long and lazy days. It's funny how the trauma turns to something soft and sweet when you're walking through the wreckage on a dark and quiet street. I don't wanna be bitter, I don't wanna be the one who's still waiting for the shadows to set underneath the sun. And I'm haunted by good times, dancing on the grave of the reckless golden freedom that we couldn't even say. It's a beautiful vibration, it's ringing in my head. I'm living in the echo of the life that we both led. Yeah, the memory's a predator, it's coming for the climb. I'm perfectly possessed and haunted by good times. It's a trap, it's a trick, it's a beautiful lie. I'm watching all the colors as they drain out of the sky. I can't stop the spinning, I can't stop the race. I'm losing my perspective on the memory of your face. Haunted by the good times, still mine. Let's go back. Can you hear them? Can you hear them? They don't arrive with a thunder or a crash. They settle in the corners like a silver spectral ash. I'm lying in the dark and the static starts to bloom, a chorus of the shadows in the ceiling of the room. They're telling me secrets of the things I meant to hide, a hollow conversation from the other darker side. And I'm haunted by soft whispers biting at my ear, the cadence of a memory that I don't wanna hear. It's the language of the vanished, a dialect of dread, the restless rhythmic static of the things already dead. They're pulling at the tether, they're praying at the soul, taking back the pieces that I couldn't keep control. Haunted by soft whispers. I check the locks, I check the light, I try to seal the door, but they're leaking through the floorboards, they're drifting through the floor. They don't need an opening, they don't need a sign. They're woven in the fabric of this life that's only mine. Is it madness, is it malice, or a ghost within the sound? They're walking on the ceiling, they're crawling on the ground. And I'm haunted by soft whispers biting at my ear, the cadence of a memory that I don't wanna hear. quiet shift inside your eyes, the heavy space between our sides. I see the words you're gonna speak, a single tear upon your cheek. It takes an hour for your hand to slip, 1,000 years to bite your lip. I'm standing still inside the room, watching the arrival of our doom. It's heartbreak in slow motion, a drop falling in the ocean. I'm bracing for the heavy crash, waiting for the sky to ash. Time is freezing in the air. I'm losing you and I'm right here. I can't stop it, I can't run. The ending has already begun. You take a breath, it takes so long. The silence is a deafening song. I watch the keys drop by the door. They take forever to hit the floor. If I don't blink, maybe time will stop before the final curtain drops. But every second ticks on by, dragging out this long goodbye. It's heartbreak in slow motion, a drop falling in the ocean. I'm bracing for the heavy crash, waiting for the sky to ash. Time is freezing in the air. I'm losing you and I'm right here. I can't stop it, I can't run. The ending has already begun. I reach my hand to pull you back, but the colors are fading into black. I'm caught inside this amber glass, watching our forever pass. Just let it hit, just let it break. How much of this can my chest take? It's heartbreak in slow motion, a drop falling in the ocean. I'm bracing for the heavy crash, waiting for the sky to ash. Time is freezing in the air. I'm losing you and I'm right here. I can't stop it, I can't run. The ending has already begun. Still falling, we're still falling apart, waiting to hit the ground. It's slipping through my fingers. No matter how hard I squeeze, it's gone. I kept your sweater in the bottom drawer. I kept your footprints on the wooden floor. I closed the windows and I locked the door, trying to preserve what we were before. But the fabric fades and the colors run. Everything unravels underneath the sun, and I'm just holding on to dust, a fading ghost I used to trust, trying to build a castle from the ash, waiting for the sky to finally crash. touch, there is nothing left for me to touch. But I'm still holding on to dust. I trace your name into the window pane, watching it wash away inside the rain. The memories are getting hard to see, a blurred reflection of what used to be. I squeeze my hands until my knuckles pale, but fighting time is destined just to fail. And I'm just holding on to dust, a fading ghost I used to trust, trying to build a castle from the ash, waiting for the sky to finally crash. There is nothing left for me to touch, but I'm still holding on to dust. You can't keep a fire in an empty room. You can't pull a flower from a barren tomb. I have to open up my hands and let it blow. I have to finally find the strength to let you go. But it hurts so much to leave it all behind. Trying to build a castle from the ash, waiting for the sky to finally crash. There is nothing left for me to touch, but I'm still holding on to dust. Opening my hands now, letting the wind take it goodbye. Just dust. I woke up reaching for you, but my hand just fell right through the dark. And then I remembered. The doctors say my heart is beating just the way it should, the rhythm of a clock that's made of fragile, splintered wood. I breathe the air in deep, but it never fills the space. Just wanders like a phantom, trying to find a resting place. I button up my jacket, trying hard to keep the cold at bay, but the freezing wind is coming from 1,000 miles away. It's innate that I can't touch, a phantom limb I cannot see, a terrifying vacuum where my center used to be. And now I'm entirely hollow inside my chest, just a shell of a person trying to pass the test. You took the very core of me when you walked out the door, and I don't know how to function in this body anymore. I'm walking through the world, but I'm just a ghost at best, living with this heavy, aching, hollow inside my chest. Yeah, hollow inside my chest. I try to pour the whiskey down to burn away the chill, but it just falls right into a void that nothing seems to fill. I'm carrying an ocean of the things we didn't say, watching all the vibrant colors slowly wash to gray. The silence in the room is like a ringing in my ears, amplifying every single one of my unspoken fears. I stand before the mirror, but the reflection is a lie, just a beautifully constructed cage of bone and tired eyes. 'Cause I'm entirely hollow inside my chest, just a shell of a person trying to pass the test. You took the very core of me when you walked out the door, and I don't know how to function in this body anymore. I'm walking through the world, but I'm just a ghost at best, living with this heavy, aching, hollow inside my chest. Yeah, hollow inside my chest. How do I breathe when the oxygen is gone? How do I find the strength to face another dawn? You carved out all the beautiful and left me with the shell, and locked me up completely in this quiet, empty hell. Give it back to me. Just a shell of a person trying to pass the test. You took the very core of me when you walked out the door, and I don't know how to function in this body anymore. I'm walking through the world, but I'm just a ghost at best, living with this heavy, aching, hollow inside my chest. Just empty space, nothing left to bleed. I'm so cold, hollow. I swallowed every ounce of pride. I didn't care, I just wanted you. The suitcase zipped a final heavy sound. My heart was beating wildly against the ground. You wouldn't look me in the eye, you stared right past. A sudden realization that this moment was our last. You reached out for the handle of the door, and I found myself collapsing to the floor. And I begged you to stay. I threw my dignity away. I held onto your coat. I fell down on my knees, choking on my tears, screaming out my pleas. I didn't care how broken or how pathetic I became. I begged you to stay. I cried out your name, but you walked away. Your face was carved from marble, cold and white, a devastating stranger standing in the light. You gently pulled your hand away from mine and crossed the threshold of the finish line. You said you're sorry, but the word was hollowed out, a whisper that was louder than a shout. And I begged you to stay. I threw my dignity away. I held onto your coat. just the click of the lock, and I'm still on the floor. I begged you, I begged you. The city lights are shining bright, but they don't feel like home tonight. 1,000 faces pass me by, yet I feel alone inside. I left with dreams inside my suitcase and hope burning in my chest, chasing roads I'd never traveled, believing I knew what was best. Now every street feels unfamiliar, every morning feels the same, and sometimes in the quiet moments I softly whisper home's name. There's a place beyond these highways that still lives inside my soul. I miss home, the laughter around the table. I miss home, the comfort that made me able. The old front porch, the evening breeze, the stars above the fields I know. No matter where this life may take me, a part of me is always home. I miss the sound of familiar voices calling out my name, the little things I never noticed before I walked away. The smell of rain on country roads, the sunsets painted gold, the stories shared beside the fire, the hands I used to hold. Distance teaches what truly matters, more than words can ever say. I miss home, the laughter around the table. I miss home, the comfort that made me able. The old front porch, the evening breeze, the stars above the fields I know. No matter where this life may take me, a part of me is always home. Maybe home is more than a place. Maybe it's the people we love, the memories we carry with us, no matter how far we wander. And though these roads keep calling me forward and tomorrow waits ahead, my heart still finds its way back to the place where my roots were planted. I miss home more than I can explain tonight. I miss home like a distant guiding light. And when this journey finally ends and all these miles are through, I'll follow my heart back home again, to the place I always knew. The city lights are shining bright, but they can't replace what I've known. 'cause no matter how far I travel, I'll always miss home. The lights grow dim, the music plays like a memory fading slow. Your hand still fits inside of mine, but tonight we're letting go. We used to spin beneath the stars, laughing as the world stood still, believing every promise made would somehow bend to our will. But seasons changed and hearts grew tired, dreams got lost along the way. Now we're standing face to face with words neither wants to say. So hold me close for one more moment before the night disappears. Let's have our last dance together, one final turn beneath the lights, before forever becomes a memory and love fades into the night. Let's have our last dance together before we walk our separate roads. I'll keep this song inside my heart long after the music goes. The room is filled with strangers now, but all I see is you and me. The way your eyes still shine tonight, like they did when we were free. I wish that I could stop the clock and stay inside this melody, but time keeps pulling at our hands like waves pulling back to sea. The tears you're hiding tell the story. Neither of us can deny. Let's have our last dance together, one final turn beneath the lights, before forever becomes a memory and love fades into the night. Let's have our last dance together before we walk our separate roads. I'll keep this song inside my heart long after the music goes. When the silence fills the ballroom and the stars replace the glow, I'll remember how you held me when you knew you had to go. Maybe someday we'll look back and smile instead of cry, but tonight we're just two broken hearts saying our goodbye. Let's have our last dance together, like the world is standing still, like tomorrow isn't waiting, and our hearts can choose their will. Let's have our last dance every tear. The lights grow dim, the music ends, and slowly you slip from my side. But we'll always have our last dance together on this bittersweet night. I felt the very first drop fall. You looked up at the darkening sky, and then you let go of my hand. I watched the heavy storm clouds gather in the suffocating gray. I thought we had a solid shelter built to keep the flood away. We stood together on the pavement as the thunder started rolling in. I thought the absolute worst of it was entirely where we had been. But you looked at me with entirely empty, freezing eyes, and stripped away the final layer of your beautiful disguise. You didn't offer any warning, you didn't offer an excuse. You just completely cut the heavy cord and let the anchor loose. And you left me in the rain, standing freezing in the street, with the agonizing water rushing entirely around my feet. You took the only heavy coat and turned your back against the wind, leaving me to pay the penalty for where you had completely sinned. I'm shivering and entirely soaked down to the very bone. Yeah, the storm is completely ruthless. You left me in the rain alone. I can't tell the heavy raindrops from the tears upon my face as I stand entirely paralyzed inside this desolate cold space. You are sitting in the absolute dry comfort of a distant room, while I am entirely swallowed by this terrifying watery tomb. I gave you every single piece of absolute warmth I ever possessed, and you abandoned me entirely to fail this devastating test. You knew exactly what the terrifying weather was going to do, and you chose to save yourself and break my heart entirely in two. 'Cause you left me in the rain, standing freezing in the street, with the agonizing water rushing entirely around my feet. You took the only heavy coat and turned your back against the wind, leaving me to pay the penalty for where you had completely sinned. I'm shivering and entirely soaked down to the very bone. Yeah, the storm is completely ruthless. to the very bone. Yeah, the storm is completely ruthless. You left me in the rain alone, just standing on the pavement. The water is completely freezing. Your silhouette is gone in the rain.